Our second presentation is from the Peninsula Clean Energy staff regarding their Renewable Energy Program in the city of San Bruno. And we're going to hear from Kirsten Andrews-Schwind. Did I say it correctly?
You did. Thank you.
Kirsten, you're on.
Thanks. I'd like to thank the staff and the city for inviting me to give this informational presentation today. Is the microphone working?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. And also, while I'm here, thank the Red Cross as well. So I'm with the Communications and Outreach Manager for Peninsula Clean Energy, and many of you may have received a notice in the mail recently. So I'm here to just give some background information, and afterwards I'd be happy to step out in the parking lot and answer any questions individually that any of you may have.
You could do it in the lobby. You don't have to go.
Oh, in the lobby. Okay, good. It's a very friendly space out there. Great. And I know many of you are here for other reasons, so I'm going to keep the presentation succinct as well. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you. So Peninsula Clean Energy is the official electricity provider for San Mateo County with cleaner and greener power at lower rates. So what that means, it was launched by San Mateo County and all 20 of the cities in San Mateo County by unanimous vote of all the city council members across the entire county. And the reason it was launched was to help cities and counties meet their climate action goals. So we're doing this for the environment, we're doing this for our kids, we're doing this for our grandkids. But there's also some savings now here for you. So the benefits are reduction in greenhouse gas emissions, greener choices at lower rates, investing in San Mateo County, and local control with reliable service. So clean energy, to be clear, comes from the sun, wind, and water, instead of from burning fossil fuels, which creates the greenhouse gases that drive climate change. So we offer two choices of renewable energy. One is 50% renewable energy. The other is 100% renewable energy. How this works is that Peninsula Clean Energy goes and buys electricity on your behalf. PG&E continues to maintain the transmission wires and do the billing. So we're in close coordination with them. And so what's new is that residents now have choices. There's a choice of the Eco Plus with Peninsula Clean Energy, which, as I mentioned, is 50% renewable energy. And so for comparison's sake, you can compare that to PG&E, which is 30% renewable energy, so it's quite a bit more. There's also a choice of 100% renewable energy. And the prices that you see at the bottom, that's where we add up the generation, the fees, and the electrical delivery costs. The prices are actually really quite similar for all of these. However, the Eco Plus is just a little bit less expensive, so there's a 5% savings there on the electrical generation. If you'd like to opt up to the Eco 100 because you care deeply about climate change, and my husband and I, we live in Pacifica, we did that, it's about 5% more. And then PG&E is right in the middle there. But it's really, the differences are about 5%. It's really quite comparable. Why is Peninsula Clean Energy a little bit less expensive? Because we're a not-for-profit organization. It's a public entity. We don't pay shareholders. We have low overhead expenses. And it's actually very good market timing right now to be buying renewable energy. So you still get one bill from PG&E. And there's a couple of changes. Of course, energy bills are complicated to read, and we wish we could do more about that. But the good thing is there's not an extra bill. This just shows up on your one bill. But there'll be a couple of changes. There's a charge on page 1, and some people get a little scared and think, oh, there's an extra charge. But what you have to know is to look for the credit on page 2. And the credit on page 2 is larger than the charge on page 1. So that's the important thing to know. There's also a fee on page 3. When you add up the charge and the fee, the credit is still larger. So these are the things you need to know. So we actually rolled out in October, already serving 80,000 customers around the county, and we're going to be enrolling the rest of the customers in April. So that means that that's 80% of the residential customers and also all large businesses. When I say enroll, this is an automatic enrollment program. If you would like to receive the Eco Plus, which is the more renewable energy for a little bit of savings, you don't have to do anything. If you would like to receive the Eco 100, then you opt up, which means you go to our website or you call the customer service number, Or if you would like to opt out of the program and continue to receive your electricity from PG&E, you also call the customer service number or go to the website. And you'll need your PG&E customer service number to do all that, just to make sure we're acting on the right account. Let's see. There we go. And so you'll be receiving enrollment notices that look like that. So the envelope look like that. Look for that art. And, don't recycle it. That's the important information. And we send 4 of those notices. We send 2 before you're enrolled and then 2 afterwards. And they're in different formats. We try to catch people's attention. So look for notices that look like that. That gives you all the information you need. Many things stay the same. For low-income folks who are enjoying a CARE or a FARA discount, that automatically continues. For people who may be enjoying a medical baseline discount, these are folks who have a life-saving appliance at home that requires electricity to run, which drives up their bills, actually get a much larger discount because they don't have to pay some of the fees. So they actually get a 35% discount on the electrical generation part of that bill. There's the same service reliability. If your power goes out, as I mentioned, PG&E continues to maintain the wires. You call them if there's a problem. This is a program, as I mentioned, it's a public program, and our board is made up of 1 representative from all of the city councils in the county. So we have 20 people from city councils. I'd like to thank Council Members Medina for being our representative and our alternate. And we also have 2 county supervisors on our board as well. So the idea is that this is responsive to the values and the needs of the community. Now, if you have solar on your roof, we actually pay 1 cent per kilowatt hour more for the solar you sell back to the grid, and you're enrolled at a different schedule. You're enrolled right after the PG&E true-up date to ensure that no credits are lost. Now, of course, if you're considering doing energy efficiency, that's a great thing to do. And Peninsula Clean Energy customers are still PG&E customers, so you still qualify for all PG&E rebates and energy efficiency programs. For electric vehicles, any of those programs still qualify. I encourage you to take advantage of them. And I have a couple of the programs listed on that slide. So to recap, Peninsula Clean Energy is offering cleaner energy at lower rates. 2 products. Eco Plus is the default product with 50% renewable energy, so that's more renewable energy, at a 5% savings on your electrical generation. Or Eco 100, which is just a little bit more for 100% renewable energy. Peninsula Clean Energy buys the electricity. PG&E continues to do the maintaining the wires and the billing. Most folks will be enrolled by April, except for some solar customers. And if you take no action, you'll be enrolled in Eco Plus. And there's my information. As I mentioned, I'll be out in the lobby afterwards, and I'm happy to give you a card and answer any questions.
Great. Any questions from the council? Well, thank you for coming this evening. It's a lot of people just got this and said, what's this all about? And so I'm glad you came to explain it all. So
right.
We might even have you back in the future.
Sure. I'd be happy
much.
to do that. And
Appreciate it.
I'm also happy to speak to service clubs, any other community groups. So, yeah,
Okay.
Feel free to invite.
Great. Thank you very much.